Joining me are regional artists Heather Pike and Victoria Lovecchio, whose exhibition Residue opens in the Regional Art Space this Saturday, the 2nd of April at 2 p.m. To start off with, can you tell us a bit about how you came to be working together on this exhibition?
Well, Heather and I got to know each other when we both took on a residency at Orange TAFE and we spent a year working in the printmaking room there. And as time went by, we realised that our work was, there were similar themes emerging from our work. And at the end of that year, we had a show together at Orange TAFE. And this exhibition is based on the work that we produced for that show. We both live in Orange,
okay.
So we had been working and displayed that work in Orange, but actually what happened was I started doing a course at TAFE, a project management course, and I met two of your colleagues from here,
okay.
Jessica
yeah.
and somebody else who were also doing that. And just through that casual conversation, it just prompted me again to think about applying for an exhibition here, and so here we are.
Okay, fantastic. All right, can you give us an idea, Heather, of what people will see when they come to the Residue exhibition?
Well, both our works are really very different from each other's. I guess Victoria's work is really bold and dark, and my work's quite delicate and detailed. So we have a fair bit of printmaking, some sculptural works, and some mixed media drawings, I guess.
And what sorts of messages are you conveying through those works?
I guess both of us are on the same line of looking at family and inheritance, sort of genetic inheritance.
Yes, I suppose my works, with my work I'm trying to think more about our connection to our past family in an immediate sense, but also further back historically, ancestry. So my work's got images that involve some bones and objects that could have been dug up at an archaeological site, that type of thinking about how we remain connected to our ancestry, even though we have never met perhaps some of those relatives. Especially when families migrate, you don't have a connection to grandparents perhaps, or great-grandparents, yet you remain biologically connected to them. And Heather's work probably, well, you can speak about it.
Yeah, it is similar in a way,
Similar,
but it's,
yes.
it's about more immediate family, or just what it is that makes a family, what forms a family, and why do you feel connected to those people, and just connections with people.
Yep, so they sound like very personal works for both of you, would that be correct?
So.
I'm quite attracted to those. Quite a few of my works are prints, and I really love those printed dark blacks or rich blacks. You know, they're quite seductive and evocative.
Yeah.
They have an energy about them. So there's those colours and ochre type colours, dark reds that come through. So I see a lot of energy, but obviously there's a connection to perhaps earth or blood, those sorts of evocative, perhaps those types of ideas.
And you mentioned that you're using bones and things like that in your works. How do you go about finding those sorts of things in terms of your art making practice?
Dead sheep and paddocks.
Right. Very interesting. Do you both have studios of your own, or?
Yes,
yeah.
Mine at the moment's just the back shed,
right.
the shed.
Yeah.
And I share with lots of junk.
Mm-hmm.
And Heather's
I've got a 2-year-old daughter, so my studio is hiring a studio with the Artist Collective out on the railway roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a group of artists.
And have you come together to make many of these works, or they've really been done quite independently and it's just the themes that connect them?
Very much independently this time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just life's gotten in the way of working together.
Yeah.
Yes, we came together a few times and talked around what we were doing and had a little look at what each other were doing. But in a way, this time we've consciously remained apart, because working together, as we had done the first time, you can influence what each other are doing. So your work can be guided by responses that you get from the other person sometimes. So this time we've been quite separate.
And needed our solitude for it, I think. Just
Yes.
to get our head around where we were going.
And just time has got in the way, because we weren't physically working in the same space at all. So it was just a matter of practicality as much
Yeah.
as anything.
Okay, well, the last thing I'll ask you is just what you hope people will leave the space with, I suppose. What's the feeling you want them to take from being in the space with your work?
I would like people just to look at the works and be able to relate to them and see a bit of their own family, or just feel a connection to the work and be able to look at it and think, oh yeah, I know what that's like, sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think as you mentioned, it is quite personal work. So yes, I think hopefully people can look at it and see something reflected of their own life there, although it may not be something that they could articulate. It might just be a feeling. But that's with art, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, thank you very much, Heather and Victoria, for joining us.